Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this weekend Ringside Renegades mashup. I am the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams.
I'm the cripple Jade Hogan.
And we're here to talk about our top 10 favorite movies of all time. No specific genre like we did last week when we did sports movies. No specific genre like when we did superhero movies or any of the other movies we've done in the past. These are just our opinions of our favorites of all time. We're not even calling these the greatest.
No.
Just our favorites. Because I definitely don't want to open up that can of worms. About me saying like my number one movie is the greatest movie ever and having, you know, all the people just spewing their regular vomit-induced hate messages towards me.
Even though it's our picks of what we think is the greatest.
So, no particular order. Ladies first. Take it away, Jade. Or should I call you Aunt Jemima with that head?
Oh, shut up. Edward Scissorhands.
Okay.
I absolutely love that movie. That is like one of the best movies I've ever seen.
Okay.
So well put together. So well acted. Amazing.
I would dare say that's probably my favorite Johnny Depp movie. Even more so than Pirates. The pirate movies were good, but Edward Scissorhands endures longer time, so, you know.
If we're going on favorite Johnny Depp, I'd probably have to say, shoot.
Great.
Green Eggs.
Alright, Sam I Am. Shout out to Sam I Am.
No,
represent for all the green eggs.
Eating Gilbert Grape.
Thank you. Was Eating Gilbert Grape? Awesome movie.
Back to the DiCaprio's head got about this big, dude.
Leonardo DiCaprio was amazing in that one.
Leonardo DiCaprio. Anyways.
Shut up. Anyways, Never Ending Story.
Okay.
I saw that when I was a kid and absolutely adored it.
That movie is awesome.
I love the first one, but I think actually my favorite is the second one.
It's just because you got it all Twitter-pated for Jonathan Brandis.
I did. I love him. He was adorable.
He was better in Sidekicks.
No, he was better in Sequence.
That's not a movie.
Exactly. He's better as a TV character, I think.
No, it's not.
That Sidekicks sucked. Come on.
Sidekicks was the business.
That was so bad.
What? You had Winnie Cooper as his girlfriend. Damn it.
Chuck Norris making fun of himself.
It sucked.
No, it's not.
E.T.
Go home.
E.T. Go Home.
Okay.
I love that movie.
It was cute in like
Oh,
1986.
It's such a classic movie.
Oh no, it's one
friendship movie.
It's one of those movies that I loved to death when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And the older I got, the more I was like, it's E.T.
Why?
I don't know.
Did you watch it too much when you were a kid and so you got worn out?
Maybe.
I love that one.
Well, maybe it's just I grew up and it just doesn't touch me the way it did when I was a kid, because when you're a kid you can put yourself in Elliot's position. As you get older, it's just like,
I think I just never kind of grew up. I stayed a kid.
That's obvious.
Shut up.
What are you, about 3 foot nothing?
4'7.5". Thank you.
And let's not forget that half.
It's an important half when you're short. Goonies.
Goonies never say die.
I love that movie. It's so fun, and it's so fun to go see in like the little theaters where everybody knows the lines and does karaoke to it, and it's
I saw it at the Bay Theater.
So good. I love that movie. I think they do it at the Newark a couple of times, so
saw it at the Bay Theater within the last 7 years with Teresa, and it was just awesome seeing it on the big screen again.
Such a good movie. Just such a good adventure.
Yes.
Hi.
I am proud to say that my copy is signed.
Shut up. He loves to brag about that.
Hell yeah!
Even though I
Freaking
think
Sean
I was the
Astin
one that
signed
did-
it.
I think I was the one who got it signed for him.
Because I had other stuff I wanted him to sign too, like my copy of Encino Man.
It was either Encino Man or that. I don't remember which one.
I think I gave you
did.
Encino Man because
Did you?
you're the stoner.
And that's one of my favorites. I love that movie.
So anyway.
It's not on my list, but it is one of my favorites. Actually, it is on my list. It's the next one. I didn't see that. I totally did a blonde moment there. I'm sorry. Yes, it is. Encino Man. I had a stoner moment there.
No, wheezing the juice. Anyways, Encino Man is the shit. It's probably Pauly Shore's best movie.
Pauly Shore.
You could argue that Encino Man and Son-in-Law are like Pauly Shore at his finest.
My favorite.
Everything from there just seriously went downhill.
Of course, I love the ooze part, but my favorite is Kazungas. Ever since that movie, I've always called girls' boobs Kazungas. And I always said it, Kazungas.
Have to.
I started cracking up when I saw it. I was just like, oh my god.
Okay.
Oh. And here's where I get ripped to shit with him.
Yeah, this is going to be the gratuitous JJ falls asleep portion of the show.
By the weenie. Twilight. I'm gonna hurt you.
I'm going to pull a double A.
That's why I don't watch movies with him anymore.
Oh. It's humorous because it's factually accurate.
Twilight is just such
God-awful.
a good love story.
No, it's not.
So good.
No, it's not.
so good. It's my opinion, and my
I
opinion
know.
matters. I'm not ripping yours to shit. I can say it, haha.
Triple H and Katie Vick. Still a better love story than Twilight.
New Moon.
And yes, I said Triple H for a reason, because it was Triple H disguised as Kane that crawled into the coffin. I said that on purpose. Thank you. Go ahead, New Moon.
Mm-hmm.
Same shit. What?
I hate you.
That's going to be the next installment. Twilight. Same shit, different movie.
Eclipse. Breaking Dawn 1. Because 2
Luckily,
hasn't come out.
I was going to say, luckily for us, her list isn't going to have part 2 because it hasn't hit theaters yet. So
It
we're
will be.
saved.
It will be, but for right now, it's not.
What are you going to take off your list once it hits
I
your
don't know.
list?
Probably Encino Man.
Boo!
Either that or E.T. Probably E.T.
Yeah, you just gave me massive crap about not really caring about E.T. anymore.
I love
And that'll be
E.T.,
the one to
but
leave. Bye-bye, E.T.
I love E.T., but
Bye-bye,
like
little
you said,
two-foot Muppet.
we've all grown up.
And your
And
number
number
one
one?
movie.
And it actually is at number 1 for me. Oh my god. Nightmare Before Christmas. Even though I'm not wearing my Night Before Christmas shirt, I'm wearing Tinkerbell. Still. Nightmare is just my love. I love Jack. Jack is awesome. My own boyfriend might dress as Jack for Halloween for me because I love Jack so much.
First, he has to watch the movie
No.
so he can get his mannerisms down.
No.
Yes.
Well, yeah, he kinda.
Yeah.
I would
If
like
you're going to
him
portray
to.
a character, you got to get the mannerisms down, some of the dialogue.
I would like him to, but I don't know.
Maybe have him work on the voice so that when he goes out dressed as Jack, he can do the Jack voice.
And maybe get hired as Jack for
That would
Halloween.
be awesome. Walk up to meet Jack Skellington at Disneyland and it's freaking Stat Boy.
That'd be so cool. Natalie would flip. She'd be
Disneyland, let us know if you're
"Oh,
holding
Maggie."
auditions for Dr. Finkelstein.
Right? So, I'm born for it. I'm so born for that. I love that guy.
In case it went over your heads and you don't know Nightmare, it's a wheelchair joke.
Duh.
Alright, it's a
But yeah.
decent list aside from, 4 of those
Oh,
movies.
shut up. No. Yeah. Sorry, I counted wrong. Yeah.
Alright, now to the list
Thinking
of
three
awesomeness.
Okay, yeah. So then, not yours. Oh, come on. You gave me a amount of crap. Yeah. Masses amount
Take
of crap.
a second, think about what you want to say,
Masses
and then
amount
say
of
it.
crap. Can you put that over there so I don't
No,
lose it over
you
here?
can hold it, because I'm about to read my list. Number 10 on my list.
Smash it over his head.
Number 10 on my list is the first Tom Hanks movie to make my list, Catch Me If You Can,
Ugh.
featuring Leonardo DiCaprio in a role where he doesn't die.
Oh my
That's
god.
right. Yeah, I gave you shit about him earlier, and he's on my list. So shut the fuck up and pick your jaw up off the floor, along with your Gonzagas.
I'm just wondering that you picked that one because you usually like ones that he dies so much that you like to or rewind them
Damn
over
right.
and over
Especially
and over
The Quick
again.
and the Dead. Because his death scene in that is awesome.
Shit, that was
Annoying.
fast.
But yeah, I mean, Catch Me If You Can, I think, is a great story. It's based on a true story.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know
Frank Abagnale Jr. was a true life character who did embezzle thousands, if not millions of dollars. And, you know, he eventually got caught and ended up working for the same organization that caught him. And now he designs payroll checks so that they can't be counterfeit.
that. Excuse me. Stat Boy just walked in the room.
Wow, that's right, your allergies kicked in. You're dating a man you're allergic to. Just want to point that out there for the viewers. But yeah, Catch Me If You Can, I think, is an awesome movie. I did not want to watch it at first because of Leonardo DiCaprio. And then when I actually made it all the way through and he didn't die, it's like, oh my god, I like a movie of his where he doesn't die.
Crap. Sorry, guys.
But it's got a great cast. Tom Hanks, Leonardo, obviously. Christopher Walken plays Leonardo DiCaprio's father. Jennifer Garner has
No
a
wonder I
small role in
hated
it.
I
It is a
can't
very,
stand
very awesome,
Walken.
awesome movie. Number 9 on my list is Maverick.
The one with
Mel Gibson, Jodie
okay.
Foster, James
That's a good
Garner.
movie. It's kind of cheesy though. But
It's supposed to be
good.
cheesy. It's supposed to be a throwback to the old school spaghetti westerns, which were
Spaghetti
really
westerns?
corny. Yeah, that's what they were called back in the day when they were cranking them out like they were nothing.
When you're old.
Yeah. When they were cranking out westerns, like you go to the EBT office and see how those women are cranking out babies.
Oh, damn.
Too soon? Too soon? Never too soon. But Maverick is a great comedy western movie. It is one of the movies that really started getting me into westerns as a genre. So
Really?
much so, in fact, that there's actually 2 other westerns on my list,
Tombstone
including the
didn't
number
do it?
8.
Tombstone didn't do it?
Nope.
Really? That one did it for me.
Number 8, Young Guns and Young Guns 2, as a tie. I really can't pick which one I like more because there's scenes in both of them that I love. It's a little bit kind of the same with me as like Major League 2, which I talked about with AA last week in the sports movies thing. The first one seemed just a little bit more serious and more true to the tale about Billy the Kid's coming up and becoming a part of the Regulators and avenging his father figure's type of death and everything. Whereas the second one was pretty much purely slapstick comedy western. Some of the great Young Gun lines from that, you know, yoo-hoo, make you famous. You know, puts 90 cents worth of dimes in each barrel, shoots a dude in the ass and kills him. It's like best $1.80 I ever spent.
You still need to show me these because I still haven't seen them.
Freaking awesome. Christian Slater
Oh god.
is in Young Guns too. Balthazar Getty, how's that for a blast from the past name?
Who's that?
I know he goes back
Not-
to Trek.
I don't know the face.
You'd probably know him if you saw him.
Hmm.
Number 7, my second Tom Hanks movie on my list, Forrest Gump.
Really?
People call me Forrest Gump.
I liked that movie, but it's not one of my ultimate favorites. It's a good movie.
That is my definitive Tom Hanks movie. It's like Forrest
That man's
Gump,
giving me looks.
big.
I love Big.
Forrest Gump, big.
See, I would put Big and then Forrest
A
Gump.
League of Their Own. Boom,
Oh,
boom,
no.
boom.
See, I would
Those
never
three
put
right
League of
there.
Their Own.
Forrest Gump is awesome. You know, the story it tells, the way all these characters weave into one lonely boy from Greenbow, Alabama, and his life, and how he affects so many different things in pop culture and history, even though we know he really didn't. But the way they tell the story, like he did, you know, teaching Elvis how to shake his hips and dance, to, you know, being part of Vietnam, and the emotional speech in the state capitol, and sitting on the couch next to John Lennon, all that stuff.
I wonder when they're gonna like revamp that.
They can't. That's one movie they just can't tell.
There's a lot of ones that we've all said that they can't, and they have.
True. I'm probably going to have to pull on Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back if they do redo Forrest Gump, and go to Hollywood, find the producers, and just, you know, try to kill them. Number 6 on my list. Probably going to shock a lot of people that it's this low, but there's just that many movies that I have higher than it. The 1941 original Wolfman.
That's not your number one?
Nope.
Top 3.
What?
Nope. There's other movies that I had to rank higher than that. It is my favorite classic Universal monster. It is my favorite horror movie, if you can even call it that anymore, considering
The boy loves
that it's
it.
not considering that it's not as scary as more recent horror movies are. You know, but The Wolfman is a timeless tale. You know, even a man who is pure in heart and says his prayers by night may become a wolf when the wolfbane blooms and the autumn moon is bright.
I love that line. It's one of my favorites.
Number 5, again, I could not just pick one, so I had to clump them all in here. The Back to the Future trilogy.
Nice.
Every single one of those movies is a standalone classic, and it's just too hard to break them down and rank them. I do tend to lean towards part 2 a little bit more than 1, because I always loved going to the future and the hoverboard, and then going back to the 80s and seeing, you know, what Hill Valley would have been like if Biff was in charge, and the casino and all that stuff.
I just, every time I see it now, I always think Biff is Miz.
Biff
He
Tannen
looks like
is
the Miz.
awesome. Number 4 on my list has got a lot of rules about it. The first rule is you do not talk about it.
Oh no, Fight
And
Club.
the second rule is you do not talk about it. Right, Fight Club. Probably the movie that single-handedly changed my opinion about bitch-ass Brad Pitt. Because I thought he was a little pansy, fruit booty, chick flick actor until I saw Fight Club, and he was so badass in Fight Club that I earned a newfound respect for him.
Can I give an honorable mention? Speaking of Brad Pitt, 12 Monkeys.
Never saw it.
Oh my god!
But
One
Fight
of the
Club,
best ones with Bruce Willis and Brad Pitt. In the
Fight
same
Club is the business, though. Meatloaf with bitch tits.
When did he not have them?
I mean, like serious tits, like yours. He didn't have those in Rocky. He had moobs, you know, but he didn't have bitch tits. Number 3, Casino. Robert De Niro,
I did not
Joe
like that.
Pesci, Sharon Stone.
You showed me that and I did not like that movie.
Because you don't like violent movies, and they handle some shit thug style in that movie.
Oh, horrible.
It is the fictitious true tale of how Vegas was built.
I'm scared to go to Vegas. That's
Hey, Statboy knows for himself there are many problems that have been solved and resolved in that desert, and he was almost one of them. Number 2, Tombstone.
Okay. Why 2 though?
Because number 1 has been since I was introduced to it, and I don't think anything will ever shake it as being my favorite movie of all time. But before we get into that, I got to go into detail on Tombstone a little bit. Tombstone is just one of those movies that captivated me from the get. And I can never really put my finger onto what it is about it. But at the end of the day, I think it all comes down to Val Kilmer as Doc Holliday, because he stole the fucking movie away from Kurt Russell. That was so supposed to be, even though it was an all-star cast, it was so supposed to be a big Kurt Russell vehicle, and Val Kilmer just came in there, snatched that shit right away from him. It was like, no, this is my movie. So
awesome. Oh my God.
But it's funny because Val Kilmer had one of his starring vehicles snatched away by a supporting actor too when he did Batman Forever. Jim Carrey stole that shit from Val Kilmer. Yes, he did.
Chris O'Donnell.
But
Chris
Tombstone,
O'Donnell do it. Did it.
Kurt Russell, Sam Elliott, Val Kilmer, Bill Paxton, Jason Priestley. Yes, Brandon Walsh was in Tombstone.
I don't remember him being in there.
Dana Delaney.
I still don't remember him being there.
And then my number one, he was a bit character. He was a bit character. He was trying to be friends with Johnny Ringo and Curly Bill Brosis, but when he saw the way that they were treating the entertainers at the Birdcage Theater, he got really disenchanted with them. And then when the main star of the show, the guy, was murdered, he completely turned his back on him, was like, we have to have some law in these territories, and just completely broke away from Curly Bill and his crew. My number one movie of all time, Star Wars trilogy. The original Star Wars trilogy. Not Menace, Clones, and Revenge of the Sith.
Though, or is it
the original Star Wars trilogy.
I know.
New Hope, Empire, and Jedi.
Out of those three, what is your favorite, though?
Empire, but they all tell one story. So it's kind of hard to separate them to pick just one for a list like this. Because if you don't have A New Hope, you don't really know what you're getting into in Empire. And if you start by watching Jedi and you've never seen any of them, you're like, how is the villain the main character's dad? You get so lost. You have to have the three of them as a package, I think, if you're going to include them onto a list, because they all tell one story. And even as shitty as the prequels were, in a lot of respects, still liked them. But in comparison to the original trilogy, as shitty as they were, they still fill one big story. So you have to have them. And I say you don't show a new Star Wars fan going from 1 through 6.
Oh, no.
Takes away any surprise factor. You've got to go 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, the order that they were released.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you see little Anakin on a farm, and then by Revenge of the Sith, you know that he's grown up, married Padme, she gives birth to Luke and Leia. When you get to Empire and the whole, Luke, I am your father. It's like oh, no fucking shit. I knew this 8 hours ago. Thank you, Captain fucking Obvious. Darth Vader becomes Michael Cole.
Oh my God.
Seriously. You know? So you've got to watch them 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3 if you're showing them to anybody that's never seen them before. So, long-winded as that was, I apologize. That is our list of our top 10 favorite films of all time. What do y'all think? Flood the comment box. Leave us video responses. And until the next episode of Ringside Renegades, I'm the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams.
I'm Jade Hogan.
And we will see you next time here on the Casa D18 Studios channel.